Hey guys, real quick before we get to the video today, I wanted to go over a couple of things here. I am currently a seller on eBay and on TcgPlayer, so I sell a whole plethora of things, guys. I'll be posting Lorcana Shimmering Skies, possibly deck stuff for Lorcana soon. I just sold out all of my Pokemon stuff, believe it or not. But I do have several like deck cores here. I have a Bant Commander deck, Whitewoods, cassette Sprite, got a European printed Sword Soul core. I have one of my old favorites. Just several things. I have football cards from the 1990s. Odd story, my grandfather passed away in 2018, and he left a box of cards with my name on it from 1990 and just said, hey man, I hope you make some good money here in the years later. And here we are now, so posting them for him, hoping to make some money. Also, my MTG store, or my TCG store, if you scroll on down, 100,000, yeah. So I do have a TcgPlayer Store. It's MatthewCodysCards. You can see the descriptions below. You'll see links to eBay and TcgPlayer, but please just hit me up. Say, hey, True, coming from, I don't know why it's not loading. Maybe it's because I posted it for too much money. But if you guys are interested in all, like I said, just, hey, True, I'm coming from the YouTube channel. Loved your last video on whatever, and I'll throw you a deal on cards we can work out. So maybe even give you like a $5 discount here. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Later. Alright guys, True Knight here. Let's talk about the Banlist. First thing I'm going to say, the week leading up to the Banlist, the whole like way the community and player base reacted to Konami the past like 10 days or so, maybe 2 weeks, the horse meme with the puking and everything like that. First and foremost, Konami, you create the environment that we're all in, and what I mean by that is that you, the whole horse meme and everything, the only thing you have to blame for is yourself, Konami and its employees. It would never have gotten to that point if you did a better job, because the job you've done, especially this year, is just dog shit and terrible. Worlds, holding out on EU, the joke of a prize support pool you guys have for regionals and YCSs, your ban lists, and the format and your card creation. It's all laughable and it's a joke at this point. And it was done by you did that. And the sets you've done, like Rarity Collection 1 was great, created by OCG years ago. TCG rushed out Rarity 2, and that was a joke, which is also my like early call for Quarter Century Bonanza. It'll be another joke, because that's just the decision making this year. I have no reason to put my faith in Konami and their Konami TCG and their decision making. So you created that environment. So the player base coming after you in the way that they did, in the manner they did, was your actions. So if we see any kind of post coming out on Twitter or something from the little Konami intern saying like, in the future we ask that you not behave that way, or we're gonna hold you against you if you behave that way and everything like that, like, that's just you looking like a little person that was bullied, because the player base is over your shit. That's just what happened. So my side of the fence on that is that I'm proud of the player base standing up to Konami, even if it was in a weird manner that they did. Like, trust me, I hate watching a horse meme throwing up. It's kind of weird, but that's the way that the player base tried to make a point to Konami, and I'm proud of them for doing that, because I've been saying it for months that the only way Konami is going to see it is if you act out community-wise together. So they did that, and then Konami finally, in the little pitiful way they did on the YouTube description part of their video, at least gave an update of when the ban list would be. Yet another sighting of just how poor of a company you are. You don't even have the nerve to make a post or just communicate to the player base that, hey, the ban list will be August 31st. Rather, you just say late August. Like, this is what I've been trying to say for months now, is that Konami, you guys do horrible jobs at whatever your department is. As a whole, I wish people would take it seriously that work there and look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, are we doing a good job for our player base? Because the wholehearted answer should be no from every single employee there. Because I don't think shit's gonna change. So that's just my thought process on leading up to the ban list. Now, the ban list itself. As a whole, I kind of called this like during my series, because so we're gonna go over the ban list pretty briefly, and then I'm gonna go over. I'll bring up a screenshot of my video from episode 4 of the series I did of predicting the ban list to see how far off I was. But I try to tell you guys in that series, on every episode, I try to say, don't expect a game-changing ban list, because Konami does not have the balls to do it. They don't. They don't have the balls to change the game. All we're gonna get is like a mid-list that just does things. And then look at the list that came out today. Yes, there was a lot of cards on that list, but meaningful impact changes to the game. How many were there? We'll count. At least what I justify as a meaningful impact. Because Konami dropped the ball again. And this list shows just how out of touch Konami is with the player base. And just how stupid the people are that are running the ban list section. And God, I hate to say it because I love the man to death, but Billy Break, if you're the one that's running this, like, dude, love you to death. I've always respected you as a player, but if you're in charge of the TCG ban list, man, oof, seek help. Seek guidance from the player base, because damn, this was not it. This was not the change that people were wanting. I stayed quiet like the past week leading up to the ban list in my community, and what I mean by that is like on the Facebook groups I follow, the Discord channels, and the chats that I'm involved in. I stayed quiet because I just wanted to see what they wanted. And everyone was expecting huge, ginormous, huge changes. They were expecting these big, huge changes to the game. It's going to change the game in such a positive manner. Oh my gosh, we're going to slow things down. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's going to be a nuke. That's what I called for on my first list, was we need a nuclear bomb. And there were very obvious winners and losers. So it just wasn't there. This list is okay, but for the build-up it had, for the layout of the foundation of the expectation base it had, this list is like a 1 to 10. I'd give this ban list like a 4 on a good day. And I'm not just saying that because they didn't bring back Baron. I'm over Baron. It sucks. I hate it. If Baron scares you that bad, I'm sorry. I hope that she doesn't haunt your dreams. But, you know, maybe just have Imperm or Dark Ruler or Forbidden Droplet, which is what like any deck can run, and you'd feel safer. But she's such a problem that I guess you're too scared of her. And that was the one thing I said in the chat leading up to the ban list is I came out of nowhere and I put a screenshot of Baron and I just said, boo! Sorry guys, I don't mean to scare you. I know she's so scary. And you know what the funny thing is? Everyone in that chat said that there's nothing scary about Baron. And I said, well then why is she on the ban list? And it was crickets. Weird, right? So anyway, that leads me to a lot of things that happened with this list. So let's get right into it. The unlimited cards. I don't care. That's my feedback to you. I don't care. Let me get rid of that. Sure. Okay. I don't care about the unlimited cards. Let's go to semi-limited. Semi-limited. Cool. The Dragon Rulers. Thunder Colossus. Cool. That's my feedback for that. Alright. Let's go to the important stuff. Okay, so let's hope to start seeing some meaningful change. So what I wanted out of the ban list was I wanted the Konami TCG to have the balls to ban a Snake Eyes card. They don't, and they showed that today. So what did they do? They limited Ash and Poplar. Meaningful hits, but subpar. Like, Ash is still in the game. We are still gonna see people luck sack draw it, or something of that nature, in normal summon Ash. Yes. We have to continue hearing the words, I normal summon Snake Eyes Ash. And then we hit Poplar. I don't care. Gimmick Puppet. You took the biggest L of this ban list in my opinion. Gimmick Puppet, just pure. Because they're too stupid to ban, not to ban Nightmare. Bravo, Konami. Idiots. But straight up Gimmick Puppet. Sucks to suck, man. You never got a chance to sign. Welcome to the Super Heavy Samurai Prep. Branded Fusion. Welcome to the club, branded players. I hope you feel as neutered as Sword Soul players did 4 months ago. Come join us. So now, I don't have to hear any more bitching and complaining that branded players say, oh, just shut up, you have Protoss. Because now, any branded player that says, Konami just ruined this game for me, oh, shut up. I don't care. Just shut up and deal with it. That's what branded players told me as a Sword Soul player. So my feedback to you branded players is shut up and deal with it. Nobody cares about it. Opening the Spirit Gates. Is that supposed to be a joke? Was that your hit to you, Bill? Because you just made the best deck in the game. Idiots. Sengen summoning. Who cares? Who cares? Torrential, or they have what is that card? They have the card that can search out field spells. They have set rotation. Terraforming, sorry. Okay, they still play 3 Sengen summoning. Set rotation, terraforming, Sengen summoning. It's a hit, but is it meaningful? Pot of Prosperity. You're about 3 years late, 2 years late. It's a hit, but is it meaningful at this point? So you hit Tenpai? Was those your Tenpai hits? Well, no, you just neutered all the rogue combat, or the rogue combo decks. So now the rogue combo decks that didn't have a chance to begin with, you just neutered those even more. Okay. That grass looks greener. You just brought a Luxac 1-of for 60 card piles. That thrust can go Church out. Was it a meaningful hit? Or did you just introduce more degeneracy? Skill drain. Why couldn't you just ban it? Why are you gonna let people draw it turn 1 and win? So of this limited section, I see the most meaningful thing you did here in limited was the gimmick puppets, because there's still 3 bonfire and Pot of Prosperity, so they have 4 ways to search out Ash plus Ash, so they got 5 ways to get to Ash. Poplar, it sucks if you draw it, but I have no sympathy towards Snake Eye players. Ava, I don't know, impress me, community, go create something. So, meaningful hits, you got rid of the FTK with Gimmick Puppet. Banlist. So my biggest surprise was Lacrima, which I think a lot of people agree with. I was expecting Moon Goddess, Beatrice, and maybe Apple. Was not expecting Lacrima. I gotta say, I mean, from the Banlist hits, yes, meaningful hits, all 4 are meaningful hits. Why the hell isn't Flameberg here? Why are you still letting Snake Eyes be Snake Eyes? Because the Azamia cards come out in a few months, and then just add Snake Eyes to the core. Like, why? We have voiced to you as a community that we don't want to play against Snake Eyes anymore. Like, why can't you just get it in your thick skulls, Konami? Just do something that the community wants for once. I don't get it. So, anyway, the Banlist to me, I'd give it a 4 out of 10, because it's not my cup of tea. I wanted to see better stuff happen. Runic did not take a hit. I love Runic and I wanted to play Runic this format, and now I just feel dirty because they didn't even address it. Wanted package didn't even take a consistency hit. That's still going to be rampant everywhere. The hits to Snake to Tempai, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's going to be Tempai versus Yubel next format, this coming format. New sets will come out and change the game, yes, but there's work to do. So anyway, the next part of this video that I want to do is let's compare what I saw in the Banlist to happening at the beginning of the month, and let's see how far off I was. So here is my video that I created and has been out for 4 weeks. So here are my bans on that video. I thought Snake Eye or Skill Drain was going to get hit. I called it with Heart Red Fiend and Apple. I missed it with Beatrice because I thought they were going to hit Fiendsmith in a different way eventually, through Snake Eye, essentially. I thought they were going to hit Fiendsmith by hitting Snake Eye. That was my guess. Which they didn't. They just decided to hit Fiendsmith directly. Completely missed on these two. I thought Protoss might go back away because the degeneracy it did at EU Nets, and I thought for sure by now they'd hit the Gimmick Puppet lock, but I guess I'm a fool for thinking that. I called it on Snake Eyes Ash because it was a meme part of my list, and I was like, ha ha ha, this is what I think Konami ends up at, and I guess I can say that I called it. They weren't going to actually ban anything on Snake Eye, and I say it in my video. I don't think they got the balls to ban anything Snake Eye related. and I'm saying it now 4 weeks later. I called it with Sangan. I was way off with Bonfire. I thought we were going to see a runic hit. We didn't. I thought we were going to see a Yubel hit, which we did. We saw technically a Yubel card go up on this list. I thought Lab was going to take a hit at this point. I thought Talents was going to get hit, and I thought these two were going to come back. The only meaningful card we saw come back was a Grasslook Screener. I guess you could say it because I called it with the semi-limits, except for Called by the Griff. But I did say in the video that this represents all Dragon Rulers. I think they're going to be able to go to 2 and then go to 3. So I called that, and then I called Kieran. I said Kieran was going to come back to 3. So far, I'm pretty proud of the way I ended up on that series. A lot of people dogpiled on me and just said I'm an idiot, that my ban list is a wish list. Turns out, I would say I was probably like, what? Out of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cards. Let's see. Let's do some math here, huh? Out of 18 cards, where was I right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 18 divided by 7. Or am I doing that wrong? Okay, so that was about 40% right. Not bad for a first time making a series and trying it. I'll take a 40%. Would love to be closer. Maybe next list. Maybe I'll try this again come next ban list if I'm still around in the game. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I want to shout out that I did have several cards on here that I thought were going to come back or take a hit. I was thinking Ancient Fairy Dragon. Fire. Like, I was in the ballpark, guys. I feel like I was pretty good for my first time out there, like doing a meaningful prediction. Just 40%, I'll take it. That's where I'm at. So, now going forward for me in a future of this game, I'm gonna be very straightforward. As it stands right now, I don't really have an interest. My interest level is the same as where it was leading up to the ban list, where I'm just not playing at locals and things like that. I'll give it a week or two, see how the game kind of fleshes out. I'll build some decks in my head. I have White Forest Runic built. I have just a plain Jane Sword Soul deck built. And then I got several deck cores that I could mess around with, which I'll kind of lead into that with my eBay channel. As you guys will be able to see, I do have several cores on here for sale. I got a Fire King Snake Eye, Centurion, a Voices Voice with branded package, a Tempai deck, my White Forest core, I got a Sprite core, an Ice Barrier core, I got the entire Fiendsmith core. If you guys just say, hey, true, I'm from the YouTube channel, I'll throw you a discount. We can work out a deal for any of these. But, yeah, what I can say right now is I'm interested in Runic, because I think Runic just became the third best strategy in the game. I think it's going to go down between Tempai and Yubel, and to be honest, I might just play Tempai just to be degenerate, because that's the environment Konami has created, and that's what they want. So I'm thinking I might just build Tempai with just nothing but board breakers and just see what happens come locals, see who can stop it. And just kind of go from there, guys. Sword Soul is not in a good place. They didn't slow the game enough down to where Sword Soul can go competitive against decks, because I feel like we're still in a format where you just play as small as engine as you can and play a whole bunch of hand traps. Especially a deck like decks like Runic, like Yubel, like Tempai, Snake Eye. Snake Eye can mix with something, still go pop off. I just don't think that Sword Soul is in a good place right now. Maybe at the local level, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might try it out a couple of times this format, but I am liking a lot Infernoble as my combo deck. I'm thinking about playing as my stun deck would be like Runic, maybe White Force, or Runic Ice Barrier. And then I'm thinking about like my main deck that I just want to be degenerate with is just Tenpai. So either you have the out or you don't, kind of thing. So just sounds fun to me because that's the state of the game. So it looks like they're kind of matching us with OCG, and they want to see a same format where Tenpai is the best, and then Yubel, Fiend's Mistake Eye, things like that are all still right up there. But I think it's going to be going between, for at least the next month or so, it's going to be between Yubel versus Tenpai, and who can win there. Can you get past Tenpai's or Yubel's board and beat all their negations as a Tenpai? And then for Yubel, can you open up great and stop the force that is Tenpai? So we'll have to see. Be on the lookout for that. I might be able to go to locals here on Monday the 2nd, so you might be able to see me there. Or today is the 31st, yeah, tomorrow's the 1st, so Monday would be the 2nd. So you might see me do a locals video for that day. But we'll have to see. This format to me is not really interesting. I'm just glad we'll see less Snake Eye, hopefully at least for the first couple of weeks. And we'll kind of go from there. I'll reassess after about 2 weeks, let myself digest it, and see what the format is, and then decide if I'm going to keep playing or not. So it's just a whole bunch of hurry up and waiting on the fence to see what we're doing here. So, but them not hitting Runic really makes me want to play Runic with something. I don't know if it's White Forest. I might just go sell White Forest because they all skyrocketed in price after this list. Same with the Voiceless Voice. I love those two decks and everything, but their prices like shot up. So I was like, well, shoot, I could just go make some good money, or hold on to deck cores that I'm not really going to use at locals. Because the only one I really want to just go play right now is Tenpai, just because they didn't murder the deck. And Snake Eyes got a little bit weaker, lets me know that Tenpai can just step right in there. So, yeah. That'll be it for me, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, be kind, be courteous in the comments. If you come in and trash on me and my take in my channel, I'm gonna kick you out. But criticism's cool. If you guys think that the ban list was a banger and it was great, tell me why. Tell me what it did that was adequate, that makes it rank higher than what I gave it, which is a 4 out of 10. The reason it could have been better to me is because I wanted to see an extra deck monster come back, and I'm not just being biased towards Baron. I wanted to see like Trident, Kit, Meow, Savage Dragon, or I'm not gonna say a Rise Heart because I don't think that card can come back, but something of that nature, like Trident, Masterpiece, something like that. I wanted to see one of those come back, but they decided to go with the grass is greener. And I get it, they want to push Infernoid because Terminal Revenge, but I don't know, I don't really care about that, so it's not my cup of tea. That's why to me it's a 4, because they didn't bring anything back to make me feel like, oh cool, I want to try this out. It sucks, you know? That's like my more enjoyable thing of the ban list, to be honest, the past year has been not what they're going to hit, but what they're going to bring back. That's been my most enjoyable part of the ban list. So for me, this list is just mid, especially because they didn't have the balls to hit a Snake Eye card directly. They still kept the entire deck here. It just sucks. I hate that. I think it just shows that you, like Konami, you don't got the balls to make a move. And you just made Yubel the best deck, which, meh, I don't really care. I kind of predicted that, guys, in my first episode of this Banlist, or the first episode of my Banlist series. I told you guys a month ago, like, if they just hit Snake Eye, Yubel just becomes the best deck. But they didn't even do that. They tried to hit both, and they just, like, did nothing. So, the semi-limiteds and the unlimited cards, I don't care. There was nothing on there that I was like, oh, cool, that card's back. Had they brought Pink back to 3, I'd have been excited. They left Fenrir alone, so I'm going to play Fenrir because I like Fenrir. And that's it. So, yeah. But that'll be it for me, guys. Please let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. And I will see you guys if I decide to play or not. So, peace.
Yes, let's go. Come on, come on. Level head, heavy metal, lead foot up on the pedal.